This is December the 15th, 2022. It's only about 10 days away from Christmas, and with this event, I am preparing a Christmas apple pie. I have not done this in quite a few years, not since I returned to New Jersey back in 2015, 2016. So my first attempt again after a few years. Anyways, it's quite an apple pie. It's not the usual pie that you would see. It's not the 2-pounders, not the 3-pound apple pie. This is at least 4.5 pounds of apple sliced, and the apple, actually what I'm going to be using, will make all the difference in terms of the taste. I'm in New Jersey, Manalapan, and believe it or not, New Jersey was known for its apples, and there's still quite a bit of apple farms around here, apple orchards. The area is semi-rural, semi-suburbia, a little mixture of everything. And so what I'm using today for the apples is called Ambrosia apple. The Ambrosia apple is very different from the Cortlands or the McIntosh apples. If I used the McIntosh or Cortlands in the past, it comes out kind of mushy sometimes, almost too soft, to a point it loses its texture. The Ambrosia apple I found is probably one of the better apples that will not flatten out under the crust. Many times we use other apples, the pie looks big, the crust has risen. However, the apples are flat, and you get a big hollow space in between the apples and the crust. Well, with the Ambrosia apples, it maintains its firmness, but yet still tender to the taste and texture. The other thing that's good about the Ambrosia apple is that it has a very nice sweetness. It's sweet enough to a point where you could use less sugar in your pie, which is good. The natural sugar actually is more tasteful too. So this is the Ambrosia apple. You slice it into pieces like this. So once you've done that, you also will have to add certain ingredients. Ingredients that I would add is sugar, probably about a cup of sugar, maybe a little less. Since it's 4.5 pounds, I'll have to use a full cup of sugar. The 1 cup of sugar is usually for 3-pound apple pies, but this is 4.5 pounds. But I use only 1 cup, only because the apple has a natural sweetness above other apples. Other thing I use is I don't use any thickeners like flour or cornstarch or anything like that. Some folks do use that. I add tapioca pearls. Tapioca pearls is natural. It's a natural product, and once it's cooked, it has a nice texture in terms of giving some moisture to the apple and filling, where it's not watery, but it's not too thick either. It's nice. It gives a nice texture when you have the apple. Add some butter to it. I would say you need to add some pads of butter to the apple, and also a touch of cinnamon. The cinnamon's important. Of course, the crust is made from scratch. Use flour, 2 cups of flour, and then you add some 2 heaping cups of flour and 1 cup of butter, melted. You roll that out and cover it with some saran wrap. Leave it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Let it fuse together. Afterwards, you bring it out and you just roll it out into 2 pieces. 1 for the bottom, with a rolling pin, of course. One piece of crust for the bottom and 1 for the top. And bake it for about an hour, 350 degrees or thereabouts, depending on the intensity of your oven. some may use less 325, some may use closer to 400, depending on how hot your oven is. I use 350 in my oven. So my first attempt, this is what I get. This just came out of the oven. Of course you can't smell it, but it smells great from here. Nice aroma. Well, too bad I can't share this with you. If I can, everybody's welcome to come to my house. All my friends are welcome. So that's it. You could try this on your own. Make sure you use some ambrosial apples, and you're good to go. Happy holidays. Have a good Christmas. Oh, by the way, I will be making an actual holiday pie that I usually give away. I make one and I give it to somebody. I'll pick one. It's going to be a mincemeat pie. It's an old recipe from the 1800s, and I made this before, and that is actually I excel in making the mincemeat pie. More on that on another YouTube video later in a couple of days. Bye.